Ah, yes.
Yes.
Dr. Greenthumb podcast here with C minus
Yep.
E Zone and myself, Be Real, Dr. Greenthumb. Today, our special guest is Robert Frank. He's an American bodybuilder and weightlifter in the state of New Jersey. Became notable on the internet for doing parodies and things like this.
And like kind of imitations almost.
Well, parodies and what are they called? Impressions?
Impressions. There you go. Yeah.
Impressions. And my man is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I was watching some of it, man. He's hilarious.
He's fucking good. Like his Macho Man is second to none. I got to tell you. Well, let's just cut the shit and get into it.
Yeah.
And bring on our bro, Robert Frank, 615. That's his Instagram tag in case you want to see some of the off the wall shit going on down there.
Yeah.
We got him?
What's going on, everybody?
Robert.
Yeah.
What up, Robert?
Welcome.
Welcome, brother.
Let's go. I'm ready.
Hey, when
I don't know who put bodybuilder in my bio, but I'm definitely not a bodybuilder.
that wasn't something that was like
That's hard to believe.
yeah, that's pretty hard to believe looking at you, bro. It's just something that happened. It wasn't something you intended, right?
Right. You know, I'm a bro that goes to the gym, and I guess because I make most 90% of my videos with my shirt off, and I'm fairly muscular for a 50-year-old man, that they consider me a bodybuilder, but I never, ever put that in my bio.
Well, one of your biceps is bigger than E-Zone's head over here. That's pretty fucking huge.
That's pretty big, man.
That's
Yeah.
pretty big, man.
And he's got a big head.
What got you into to the fitness?
Honestly, probably when I realized I was in my early 20s and still a $120. I needed to start doing something, and the gym was the only way to, really gain weight, get jacked, get girls and stuff like that. So
Nice.
that's really what brought me, is just realizing how much of a featherweight I was in my early 20s.
When you started, how much did you weigh then?
I was about 119, 120. And
Jesus
then my
Christ.
first year of working out consistently and eating right and all that good shit, I went up to about 150.
Damn.
And then as I just kept going, I think the heaviest I got in my life was maybe about 225. And now I hover somewhere around 205, 210, and I feel good at that weight.
All muscle.
Wow.
What was the most difficult part for you? Like, I guess adding all this different types of routine to your life. Like, is there any difficult thing you had to get through, if any?
The difficult part was probably the cleaner eating, because I'd rather eat drive-through shit all day.
Right. Me too.
But the getting used to the repetitiveness of the eating the same thing at the same time every day.
Chicken
really
breast sucks,
gets boring. Yeah, chicken breast, rice, broccoli, just 5 times a day. It gets grueling, but the results speak for themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like a that's the second part of the discipline of getting yourself together. One is getting up and working out, and people can actually get that first because it's a physical action. You're out there and you're feeling the work and you're working towards that. But the second part, no one likes to do. Because exactly what he said, we all like the fucking drive-through and the whack shit that's piling calories on, defeating the purpose of the workout. But like to get to that point where you're totally disciplined in eating that fucking chicken breast and broccoli and whatever on a daily. I mean, there's only so many ways you could fucking make it.
I feel that a lot of people kind of like settle, like they mentally kind of tell themselves, oh, if I just work out every day, I could eat like trash the rest of the day and it balances out. When in reality, it's like, not really, you know?
Yeah.
And for some people, they probably can. I mean, everyone's different, but and I've heard that also if you eat the same thing, like you were just talking about, the same thing, the same routine, it's actually better for you, right? For your system.
Well, yeah, it kicks in your metabolism, right? Or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not an expert on diet or anything, but I mean, your body will get used to whatever you're eating and putting into it. But I will tell you this, that when you go through 8 or 10 or 12 weeks of dieting hardcore, and when I say hardcore, I mean chicken breast, rice, and broccoli, maybe cheating on the weekends here and there, but for the most part, 90% consistent, you will lose all of your gains in about 4 weeks once you start like falling off track.
Yeah.
So
That's a
it's
short
really
time.
a mind fuck.
Yeah, you can't give yourself too long of a break.
Nah.
You
No,
cannot do that.
definitely not. It's something that you definitely have to stay with.
Now you do the Macho Man impression. Were you a big WWE fan growing up?
Oh yeah, brother, Macho Man, yeah. Uh, yeah, definitely. Macho Man, actually, fun fact, Macho Man was the first wrestler I ever saw on television. It was back in the early 80s. This is before he even went to WWF.
Wow.
I saw him standing on a table and he was pile driving Ricky Morton from the Rock and Roll Express. If you remember the
Yeah,
Rock
I
and Roll
do.
Express.
I sure do.
Through a table, and that as a young kid, that was the first impression that I had of wrestling and of Macho Man, and I was like, "Wow,
Was he
this
rolling?
guy's awesome."
Was he rolling with Elizabeth back then too?
No, this is before
Pre.
Elizabeth was like a host on the show. She was like a commentator.
Oh,
She
okay.
wasn't his manager yet.
Man, that's how back you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go back. Well, I go way back, bro.
Did you
Hey,
ever,
I got to tell you, he had some of the best fucking promos on the WWF when it was WWF before WWE. He had like him and Hulk Hogan and a few others had some of the best promos, man. I got to tell you, like they knew how to talk shit.
Man.
Yeah, there were Ric Flair, Hogan,
Yep.
Macho Man. They were larger than life characters, and that's what, as a kid, brought you into Ultimate Warrior. That's what brought you into
Yeah.
professional wrestling. It really wasn't what was going on inside of the ring. It was the promos.
It was the promos,
the conversations that drew you in.
Yeah, because the choreography is all the fight,
Yeah.
and they're taking their real hits. I mean, like those are big dudes tossing each other to the fucking mat and out of the ring and shit like that. They're taking their bumps heavy, but the magic was in the promo, and you would even see it like the wrestlers that had the look and they had the great potential. If they didn't have the mic work, they were always just like the undercard, like the shitty little fight before the real, the big promo.
100%.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about getting in, like after you got your physique together, did you ever think about trying out for WWE?
No, I didn't. I have when I first got recognized from doing like the car rants and stuff. I was reached out by quite a few independent promotions. None of the major players that are going on right now, but your little mom and pop shops that hold little shows for 300 or 500 people and like a VFW or something like that. They've reached out and wanted me to come in and do some work, not wrestling, but maybe some mic work or introducing people or something like that, maybe a manager. But I don't know, man. I think I'd be too nervous to do that shit.
Well, you could definitely be one of the managers or the valet with all, like the mic work that you got for sure.
Or even the Mean Gene, the new Mean Gene.
Or the son of Macho.
Ooh.
yeah, like a return.
Macho son.
Macho son.
Have you has you doing all these videos ever gotten you the opportunity to meet any of these like superstars?
It's funny you asked that. Through doing the videos, one of the guys that I became really good friends with is, I don't know if you guys remember Crowbar from WCW.
Crowbar, damn. Yeah.
Yeah, Crowbar is actually became a really good friend of mine. He actually just got picked up by one of the major promotions, and he's still wrestling at age 45. You probably remember him for 20 years ago on Nitro and Thunder from WCW.
Yeah.
But other wrestlers, not really anyone major that you guys would know.
Yeah. I mean, I used to run with some of those guys back in the day, like that were in the WWE promotion and stuff like that. And they are all characters, man. When you get to know any of them, they're like totally fucking, what you see on the mic. Some of them are actually that. And, some of them.
When there's got to be something wrong with you if you're a professional wrestler. And that's a good
in a good way. I've come to realize that a lot of them are potheads now. But, before the pot, or the weed came into the scene, unfortunately, a lot of those dudes had to take a lot of fucking pills, after their matches because, they were getting fucking hurt. To me, that's crazy. But I'm glad that a lot of them are going towards the cannabis now as opposed to what they were doing before. Because I remember, hey, listen, we were in Germany somewhere, and we were doing they were doing a WWF promotion right across the street in the arena from, that was across the street from the hotel we were at. We were playing at another gig. At the end of the night, we end up linking up with like the Undertaker and fucking Viscera and Ahmad and all the guys who were popping right then and there. What's his name too? Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels or
Yeah, Shawn HBK.
Yep.
And we were partying with them, dude. They fucked us up. Those guys can drink like a motherfucker. We were all about weed. We smoked them out, but fucking as far as partying goes, those dudes party. It's crazy.
Yeah, those are some wild boys, man. I've heard some stories.
So let me ask you this, man. How did you craft your persona to do these particular bits that you do? You know what I'm saying? The parody bits, the macho. Like what gave you the confidence to go forth and start doing this thing that is blowing the fuck up for you right now?
Well, the Macho Man thing came later. I only started doing him maybe last year or so, once I already built kind of a name for myself. It all started when Instagram started doing those little 15-second videos a couple years ago.
Yeah.
We would do little skits in the gym with me and my fiance at the time and my buddies and stuff, and we would just do little skits. And then one day, I took my shirt off and I started yelling in the car, and then it went from 0 to hero. And that character has evolved from just a guy screaming in the car to then actually making sense about what he's saying, and then morphed into more of the rhyming and this and that of the words, just to keep the character evolving. And still to this day, I'm still looking for ways to change them up and keep them fresh. And as long as there's some viral shit going on in the world that he can rant about, I think he has staying power.
Man, I can't remember what the rant was that when I first got put onto you a while back, but it was fucking hilarious. But it made so much sense. I'm trying to recall what that is. I'm gonna see if I can find it. But that's the thing. You have a certain way of, the shit being humorous, but it all makes sense. There's context and there is a point. Whereas a lot of these dudes these days, all over Instagram, there is no rhyme or reason. They're just doing shit to try to go viral. I think that's the difference between your shit, is that like you got a point, and even while you're making this point, it's fucking hilarious.
Well, thank you for that, because I agree with you. It got to the point where I've muted everything on social media where I can't see anything but my own stuff, because I don't want to see all these other people that are just, it's almost pathetic that people just are making videos and embarrassing themselves just for views. Not that I'm not embarrassing myself, being a 50-year-old man with a bandana and my shirt off screaming at the camera, but some of the, there's a difference between boyfriends and girlfriends farting in their face and recording it and putting it on Instagram, hoping it ends up on World Star, to me trying to make sense about a real life situation and telling people to go to the gym. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's gotten real old online, but it's still fun for me doing what I do. So I'm going to keep doing it.
Do you smoke?
I don't. So I know I'm the worst guest possible.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I just wanted to know.
A buddy of mine who is in his 40s now just started the hobby of smoking, and I think he smokes enough for the both of us. So
have you ever tried it?
I've never tried it. No.
Damn, really?
They say,
never.
And this is just a rumor, bro.
Yeah.
That if you smoke out before you go to the gym, you actually put like an extra 30 minutes on the workout.
I do know people who do smoke in the car. I see it personally before they go into lift.
I've done it.
Yeah.
Have you, obviously when you go in the gym, can you smell them when they're working out? Like the
I've
weed?
never smelled anyone. I don't get too close. I try to stay away from people. So
yeah.
I go at a weird time at night when there's only 5 or 6 people in the gym. But no, I've never smelled anyone smelling like it, but I could smell it in the parking lot.
Yeah. Whenever I go to the gym, I have to work out at home. I can't go because every other fucking minute somebody's like, hey, man, I got some weed in the parking lot. You want? Want to smoke? Nah, man, I don't want to fucking smoke, bro.
You know, I'm
Let me ask you that though. Before you started doing these pieces, you could pretty much go anywhere, and be anonymous and not be bothered. Is that a thing that happens now in the gym? People recognize and come at you and want you to do fucking Macho Man or one of the rants?
Yeah, I get recognized everywhere I go. Obviously, just because of the amount of views that the videos get online. A lot of times, you'll be walking around a grocery store and you'll see someone pull their phone out, look at the phone, look at you, look at the phone, look at you, to try to make sure that it's you. But nobody, unless I'm at an expo, like a bodybuilding expo or some kind of appearance that I'm doing, people usually don't ask me to scream at them or do anything, but I have done it.
They're probably
No
fucking
one has
scared.
asked me to do Macho Man yet. So.
They're probably fucking scared. No, don't ask them. You might fucking
don't
snap
ask me
your
that.
you might snap your fucking neck, bro. Look at them.
What's the weirdest
but
place
I take pictures with people all the time, and it's really cool because as you know better than anybody, if it wasn't for the fans,
Right.
we wouldn't be doing what we're doing. So
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly right, man. We do it for the fans. So we got, the time we take to do the stuff we do that they like is a whole lot more, but the 5 minutes we give them goes a whole lot.
Yeah.
They'll never forget it. They'll tell their friends forever about that moment. So it's good.
That's what separates a fan from a fan for life. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
True that.
That's right.
Yep.
Hell yeah. I can agree with that 100% because I know like coming up in entertainment in any fashion or even in sports, you as a entertainer or whatever, people in different aspects of public life, right?
Right.
And I've seen some athletes act like dicks with fans. I've seen some recording artists act like fucking douches with fans.
Yep.
Actors, actresses, the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I had it done to me, man. So I know. That's why, like, for me, it's when I was coming up, it was hard for me to approach somebody, because living in LA, you deal with shit like that. But it's better for me. I respect the artists and the people that are in the position like yourself and myself, where we're actually interacting with fans because that's really what it's about. What we do is for the fans in the first place.
100.
So we can't necessarily be halfway like, yeah, this is for you, but fuck off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, man. Like I said before, without them and their support, buying the records, buying the merch, buying the supplements, buying whatever you're selling, they're buying. The minute you start, word gets out that you're an asshole, and
Yeah.
one bad story gets out, it could ruin you. So I've never declined a picture. I'm sure you haven't either.
No.
It's just it's something that we can't do. You know what I mean?
Only when E-Zone asks me, I'll tell him fuck no. Fuck out of here.
I know. I personally never seen you deny anyone, and it could be moments after a show when you just literally walked off stage and someone's like, "Hey, can I get a picture?" and you're immediately, "Yeah, sure, come on."
It's those moments where you got to, buckle up and be like, recognize this comes with the territory.
Yeah.
Is there a like? What do you see yourself like doing? Like aside from like the skits that you're doing and the content that you're creating, I imagine like you can go so many ways. Like maybe make your own. I don't know, nutrient. Like in collaboration with something with the company,
Supplements,
a
stuff like
supplement or vitamin or something like that. Do you have plans or maybe acting, like for pursue that in the future or?
Well, that's another good question. We have a lot of things that we possibly could morph this whole thing into. Acting is definitely one of them. I've already auditioned for 3 different projects, none of which have been picked up.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I didn't do a good job, just the project kind of fizzled. Or maybe if I did a better job, it wouldn't have fizzled. But nonetheless, I have done some auditions. I could play a really awesome, angry, mean, bearded guy. That's like my specialty. I don't know if I could do like a doctor or a lawyer, but
Imagine that though.
I just put
That'd be
out
cool.
my first song too. I'm now a SoundCloud rapper. I can add that to my resume.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
How was that experience for you?
It was tough, man. I'll be honest with you, and you being a musician for 20 plus years, you'll be able to relate with me. I got and as these rage videos morphed into the rapping and World Star started sharing a lot of the videos, World Star has a very urban crowd. And you see in the comments section, yo, bars, son, bars. When are you going to drop an album? When are you going to do this? When are you going to do that? When's the mixtape dropping? So I took it to heart, and I'm like, you know what? Let me try to do this. And this was at a time where I already had some notoriety, and I reached out to a bunch of people that told me that they were going to help me. I got you, bro. I got you, people in the industry.
I've heard that
and
before.
They all shit on me.
I've heard that before. They Joaquin Phoenixed you.
These two guys that are local reached out to me via DM. I had no idea who they were. And they were like, yo, we had a studio right here in Plainfield, New Jersey, which is about 30 minutes from my house. And they were like, we're going to help you. I was like, I don't know how to rap, though. Like, I could write lyrics, but I don't know the cadence. I don't know how to rap. I don't know any of that. They were like, we're going to help you. And they took me under their wing, and we just dropped, actually, the music video today. It's on all my social medias. Toxic Masculinity is the name of it. And it's, it is what it is. We'll see how this does, and we'll see if we want to continue doing music or not.
After these guys helped you and you figured it out, did you feel like it was something you wanted to do again?
Yeah. In fact, I was so pumped up in the very beginning stages before we even started filming the music video that I wrote like another song. I was like, God, this is it, man. This is what we're going to do.
Right on, man.
And of course, you get your haters and people that hear your song and they say, dude, that sucks. You're the worst. You're this. And that comes with the territory, too. But you always, you want people to like your shit. But I think it's something that I could definitely do at least one more time.
I've come to find, unless you have some haters, you ain't really doing it right. You know what I mean? Because you have to have the balance of people that love the shit and be like, yo, that shit was dope, or man, you got to keep doing that. That shit was good.
Yeah.
If it usually it doesn't last if there's no haters, because haters fuel the people that love you, and they fuel you too. Like, oh, okay, I'm gonna show you.
Yeah, your dedicated fans always. Whenever a hater shows up, sometimes you don't even gotta respond. You got people that are so down for your craft that they just will fucking don't even. They're like, I got this. Don't even worry about it.
Yep.
Sometimes the comment section's a war zone, man.
Yeah. I could relate to that. I could relate to that, man. Who were some of your influences that you were listening to? To give you some sort of guidance on what you were going to try to do musically?
Well, back in the day when I was a youngster, huge Cypress Hill fan.
Wow.
I mean,
nice.
Wow. I don't mind that at all.
I'm saying that on the right show, right?
Yeah.
No, I actually had in my notes here that I had in front of me, and I wanted to tell you before I forget, and this is a good part to bring it up. Back in the day when Killer Man, Insane in the Membrane, and all that was out, and those were the hot songs. My favorite song of all time, Cypress Hill song, was "Shoot 'Em Up" from the Juice soundtrack.
Get the fuck out of here! Hey,
so I just want to tell you that song has got me still to this day in 2020. That song is still on my playlist for the gym. So I love it.
I got to tell you, it's one of my favorite songs we never perform. It was one of the things I always thought we should perform, but we never did because it's kind of slow, and our fans usually like a fast, up-tempo type show.
Yeah.
But what we did was we worked a situation into Hand on the Pump, where in the chorus we're singing the "Shoot 'Em Up" chorus in like the blank section of Hand on the Pump when we do it live. You shoot 'em up, just shoot 'em up. That's where that's yeah. But yeah, that was one of my favorite Cypress Hill songs early on. "Shoot 'Em Up" too, man. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I love that song. But aside from that, Tupac, obviously, I was a big fan of. More your underground-ish New York rappers like Black Moon and Smith and Wesson. Those were my go-tos back in the day. And then I got out of rap for a while, probably 20 years, and now I'm starting to pick it back up again. But I'm a big metalhead, man.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Who are some of your favorites?
You can't go wrong with like Cannibal Corpse.
Right. Man.
Yeah, that type of genre. Some of the bands that I love, I can't even pronounce the names of them because they're not American bands. They're like German bands.
Yeah, like Rammstein and Meshuggah.
Meshuggah.
You like Meshuggah, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
I said Miss Sugar, but it's short for Miss Sugar, right?
Sure.
I like Sepultura.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm saying that right.
Sepultura, yeah, you got it.
Sepultura, yep.
Yeah,
Dawn of Ashes, those bands. If anyone that's growling and I can't understand what you're saying and it pumps me up, you're on my playlist.
So
Nice.
you like the grindcore type of metal, like that.
Yeah, I guess that's what it would be called.
Like
Yeah.
like the devil's coming out of the fucking demon's pit, like
Yes.
All guttural vocals, just
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey,
Because if
that is
doesn't
great
make
in
you
the
wanna
gym.
lift something heavy, there's something wrong with you.
Like that's most likely what you're listening to when you're in the gym,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, you have to. If you know, they say if you listen to that shit while you're driving, those are the motherfuckers that get ticketed the most. That are listening to fucking fast, fucking whipped up metal.
They
bro.
just get caught up
They
and
just
just
They
start
speed.
fucking drive like crazy.
Oh,
do
man.
you find yourself, putting the foot on the pedal when you're listening to metal? Like that? You see what I did there?
Yeah, a time or two. Yeah, I'm sure I do.
Man, I got 3 tickets like that, man. I think I was listening to Slayer and I was fucking rolling like 105. I
Oh my gosh.
almost got my license suspended behind that shit.
Man.
Oh, man.
I'm a huge
thank
fan
you,
of Mastodon whenever I do any kind of walking around or exercise. I put it because it's dips and dives, but it's still heavy throughout. So
Let me ask you this. Since you are a metal fan, have you been into any metal shows and gone into the pits?
I've never ever been to a concert in my life.
Man, you would probably clear the pit.
yeah,
Or
I
you-
wouldn't be in the
Or-
pit if he was in it.
Or, little assholes that want to test their metal might try to like come try to take their shot.
Hell no, dude.
Bounce off the wall.
A person like him and some Doc Martens and shit. Like fuck no, I'm not. I'm watching it from afar.
Well, there's a certain mood you got to be to get into the pit because it's like truly
it's-
adrenaline. So if I see my man right here, adrenalined up,
Yeah.
and in the pit,
I'm staying away from
I'm
him.
getting the fuck away from
I'll
that
throw,
pit.
throw a Slim Jim from afar.
So you haven't been to any shows yet?
No, and the reason why is because prior to this Robert Frank 615 thing blowing up over the past 3 years or so, I've been doing social media again since 2014, but really the last 3 years is when things turned around and I'm doing well financially and I'm making a living off this. I was a broke motherfucker, man. So
Right,
I
tickets
didn't
are
have money
expensive.
to do anything.
Yeah, tickets are expensive.
So I never really had the money to go to a concert or a show or anything like that, and just I could barely go to the movies. So.
Hey man, I got you when we come to Jersey this year, man. You coming to a Cypress Hill show? Got to do that.
100%, I'm in.
Hell yeah. I mean, you might want to bring a mask because there's going to be a lot of smoke.
There's a lot of,
It's okay. It's all right.
Contacts are good.
I don't have a boss. I'm not going to get drug tested.
Have you ever have you ever caught a contact like by accident?
Or edible.
No.
Do you believe contacts are real, or do you think it's made up, like it's placebo, like it's in the person's mind?
No, I could see that happening, especially if you're in an enclosed situation and you're in a car or truck with someone that's doing it. I could see it happening. Sure.
See, he's speaking logically.
yes.
Other folks, they try to say that's not real.
Yeah,
But
man.
if you hang out with Cypress one day in our backstage area, doors closed, you will leave contacted.
gonna
Absolutely.
happen.
It's got to happen.
Man.
Hey, let
Someone
me
be
ask.
carrying me out.
So, you've built this fucking incredible following. I mean, you got 50 million fucking people that have watched your content at some point or another.
Mm-hmm.
Does it trip you out to have like this, celebrities like Joe Rogan and guys like that following you? Was that something you saw coming down the line?
Never saw it coming, and it still blows me away.
So wait,
The
The Rock was following you and he unfollowed you?
Yeah, motherfucker
What?
unfollowed me. I don't know why.
Wow.
I think maybe because one day he's going to run for president and he doesn't want to be associated with the Jack Tan Juicy AF man.
Mm-hmm.
But he followed me for a good 2 years, and he actually left me. I don't even know if I've ever said this publicly or not, but I'll say it now because I don't care. He DM'd me on my birthday 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh, right on.
And he told me that to trademark all of my sayings. The little goofy catchphrases that I come up with. He says that they're golden and you need to trademark them. And he gave me a lot of good business advice.
That's solid advice
via DM.
there.
And I went ahead and I did everything that he told me to do. And then about a month later, he unfollowed me.
Damn.
Wow.
He said, it's like, here, I'm going to give you these jewels and that's it. I'm out of here.
I want to see you with that.
But it's like you said, he do you really think that he is running for president? I mean, because that would make sense. I mean, he wouldn't follow me. You know what I'm saying? Definitely wouldn't follow me if he was going to run for president. But like he was following you for sure, and because of some of the stuff that is in your content, you think he got afraid? He was afraid of that, maybe affecting his chances.
I think there really is a good chance of him running for president.
Wow.
I don't know if that has anything to do with him unfollowing me or not, but it could. He is probably one of the maybe top 10 most popular people on planet Earth right now. So it wouldn't be a bad idea if he did run. And I guess cleaning up his follower list to show, some good, wholesome people instead of some toxic meatheads like myself would be best for him.
Yeah, he's a pretty big guy,
man.
Oh yeah.
So how tall are you?
I'm about 5'10" and a half.
Oh yeah, he's a big guy. What? He's like 6'3"?
Yeah, he's at least 6'4", 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, man.
Goddamn.
He's a big dude. Well, maybe we'll assemble like 20 other dudes, bro. We'll back you up.
Yeah, we got you.
When you run into him, we got you.
Let's go. I put it out to the universe the day he unfollowed me. I said, one day we're going to be somewhere at some kind of bodybuilding expo or some kind of appearance, or I'm going to get some random call to be cast to be in the show, and he's also going to be on it. And I'm going to pull him to the side and be like, yo, what was up with that unfollow, bro?
Yeah.
I'm still butthurt about it 2 years later.
That'd be a pretty awkward situation right there for him.
Are you gonna say it to him in the Macho Man voice? Just throw him, a little throwback.
Why did you unfollow me? Yeah.
Oh man, he'd probably fucking fall on the floor laughing though.
Yeah, he'd probably get a really big kick out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would.
Let me ask you this: do you think he'd win?
In a fight?
No.
I
mean, if he ran for president, that was a good one, though.
That was good.
For president,
yeah.
Reagan won.
True that.
I mean, being a movie star and a public figure, so I don't see why not.
And he didn't have social media when he won, too.
But he had movies.
Right.
But he had movies like that people knew.
A lot of them, too.
And everyone loved him as an actor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, he was also governor here in California for,
He had charisma, bro. You know what I mean?
He had a lot of things going on.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall.
Yeah. But, The Rock is a, former pro wrestler, now actor. Yeah, I mean, he's got a huge platform because, I mean, wrestling is a huge platform. Ooh. And to be one of the top 3, top 5 guys in the promotion, for years, like, that's millions of fans worldwide. That's global shit right there. And then, now that you got Instagram and people can follow him and go by his every word on whether it's Twitter or fucking Instagram, that gives you a pretty big fucking chance, I think. I mean, because if you look at what we got going on now, it's basically the same fucking thing. Only, that's somebody that, or Rock is somebody that a lot of young folks fuck with.
True.
Yeah.
Generation.
And he's a household name. There's not many household names that are out there now. I mean, there's not one person you can't go up to and say, "Do you know who The Rock is?" And they say no.
Yeah.
To my knowledge, he's never done anything shady or that it's come out anyway. Yeah, watch him run for president and all this stuff's going to come out. But I think overall,
sex tapes.
Kidding aside, I think he's a good dude, and if people believe in him, they're going to vote for him.
Yeah. He's got a good sense of humor too. He's a funny dude. You know, we used to have this guy here. His name was Tattoo. He was a radio guy with you know, with the local station here.
Yes.
And he was on a big morning show for a time, but then he started coming doing shows with us at BREALTV. And one of the segments he had The Rock slap him in his belly or something like that. Like 3 times. He left this big ass paw print on dude's belly. Oof. It was like, you know, like the chest slap. It was actually a chest slap.
Damn.
You know, like in wrestling, they do the chest slap. He asked Rock to chest slap him for real, like slap me in the chest like you would, like, you know, like you're in the ring. and he gave him one, and it was kind of fucking, you know, it was kind of hard, but you could see he held back. And he goes, "Hey man, you held back. Hit me for real." Wow. And he fucking hit him for real. And then that second one, man, you could see his whole aura changed colors. I mean, he went totally pale, but he wanted a third. And Rock gave him the third. It was fucked up. I think we got it in our archive somewhere.
We gotta find that.
We gotta run that. But yeah, man, it's a big dude, big hands.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So let me ask you this. So, you know, you're doing rap stuff now. You say you were listening to metal for a long time and you stopped listening to hip hop, and you got back. You're back into hip hop, right? And you recorded some stuff in you know, doing some rap shit. Did you think about doing metal stuff too? Is that something that you might look into because like you're a metal fan?
Yeah, can you talk demon?
Can you do the demon?
Can you talk like I don't know if I could go that low, but I could probably do some kind of growling. I don't know. Again, I'm big on. My big thing is I want to give the people what they want. So I want to see if this video and this song does well, if what we think in our mind is well, if it hits a certain number or a certain amount of views on YouTube or whatever the case is. We have a magic number that we want it to hit, and then we say, okay, people are digging it, people want to see it, people like it, let's do it again. And that's basically how I judge doing all my stuff now. But I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to doing metal. I'm not opposed to doing country. I'm not opposed to doing anything. I'll do whatever.
Open to the whole shot.
Wide spectrum.
Yeah, I'm open to everything. I mean, I'll do a song that could be a mixture of country, metal, and rap all together. I'll do whatever.
Nice.
That's range. That's range.
That's what we call range.
When you can do all that shit, that's range.
Yeah, man.
There's only a few people that can fuck with that, though. You know what I mean? Like,
it's true.
Not everybody could pull that off. That's a hard one. Like, especially trying to get into the country shit.
And like blend of hip hop as well, too.
Yeah. Well, there's motherfuckers doing that now.
Yeah, Lil Nas X. And
what do you think? You know, how do you feel about the digital world right now? Like in terms of you know, all these different platforms that exist now. You know, you got the big dogs originally were MySpace and Facebook and
Friendster.
Now there is a plethora of social
Adult Friend Finder. What?
Adult Friend Finder? Is that
Craigslist. Oh, sorry.
Damn. You're over there, man.
Lost connections.
Lost connections. Oh, we know where you guys are searching at. Fuck. So, like, you know, it's just like, there's so many networks. It's almost like fucking like the cable network. So many different.
Yeah, I mean, it's for someone like me. I mean, if you're putting out really wholesome content and stuff that's okay for children to watch and listen to, I feel like the platforms favor those type of people. Right now, we're having so many problems with Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, even YouTube, just shadow banning a lot of our stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I mean, you see people with 2 million followers and their videos get 40,000 views. It's like, why aren't you, you know?
Oh my!
But it all comes down to reach. I mean, the worst thing that Instagram or Facebook ever could have done is give us access to our own analytics.
Exactly.
We can see exactly what's going on now.
Yeah.
And
for those that don't know what shadow banning is, explain to them real quick what shadow banning is.
So shadow banning means that it basically, you'll put out a video and they're only going to show a certain portion of your audience that video. So let's just say that your video is, I don't know what it is. They're going to turn off everyone from 18 and under are not going to see your video.
Right.
So it's going to turn off a certain reach. If you use a hashtag, hashtag bodybuilding, you go to the bodybuilding hashtag, your video is nowhere to be found. It's almost like you don't even exist. You're basically posting for yourself. And it sucks as a content creator and someone that banks on this as your livelihood now. It really sucks. But at the end of the day, you got to realize that you're playing by their rules, and they want a certain type of content out there. But it's rough, man. I mean, my last, not to get too boring or too in depth with it, but my last maybe 10 videos haven't even reached 20% of my audience.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
I always go back to the old thing. If I subscribe to the Wall Street Journal, I want every damn issue that comes out. I want the paper boy to deliver every issue, not the ones he decides to deliver. I want every one. So,
Right.
Yeah.
But these platforms, they have their own ways of doing things, and it's hard.
And it's crazy.
Right now, I would think that Twitter is probably the fairest.
Yes.
To me.
I have to agree with you because it all started with Facebook. And, we were victims of the shadow banning too, because we would, when we were live streaming on our BREALTV page there, we were getting awesome numbers for a time. But then they had some sort of thing about cannabis and then, music copyright stuff, that sort of changed it up. And our show was cannabis and music. So the numbers weren't matching up. And, Facebook owns Instagram. So they just basically took the model they were using at Facebook and applied it to Instagram, and the shadow bans are real there too.
Oh yeah.
I know that I've been a victim of it. My man Burner has been victim of it.
Oh yeah.
And obviously, Robert has dealt with this shit. But that's good knowledge for people out there, that don't know that this stuff happens. It even sort of happens here apparently. You know what I mean? It's their rules we're playing by. So
Yeah, I've been shadow banned for posting an offensive meme to the point where
I remember you said that, yeah.
And to the point where I got 2 reports, and then I went to a friend of mine's phone. I was like, "Hey, type in, see if you can find me," and she had to type the entire name.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, that's the
in
thing.
order to find me.
It's like you'll post it, but it ain't going to come out on the people that follow you. Their feed is not going to have it. They would have, if they wanted to see it, they would have to go to your page personally and then look at it, and then they would find it there, and then they would like or comment, but it ain't going to come across their feed.
Yeah.
And that's, it's not fair that they do that without telling you.
Yeah.
Like I could see if they gave you a warning, okay, this is what you're fucking doing here. We need you to, slow down on this, or we're going to have to take some of your audience away, even though you have these numbers, right?
Right.
But they should at least give you some sort of fucking warning.
Like a report card?
So, well, not a report card, but just like
just
whatever,
like
whatever you're doing, whatever your show or your content is doing that violates their fucking policy, they should tell you what that is so you can clean that up.
Right.
And not just fucking shadow ban you like that and let you keep doing it. Not like it's like they're not bothered by it at all. Like, you know what? We'll just fucking shadow ban this page, and that's it, right? They don't give you an explanation, and they don't tell you how to fucking fix it. And so you might be months before, you start asking questions like, "Hey, man, I got X amount of fucking followers. Why am I only getting this?"
Oh yeah.
And I know if anybody else posts it, it's gonna fucking fly to the fucking moon. So it's yeah.
And when they do remove videos from you, they never tell you why they did. They just say it violated community guidelines. Well, tell me what community guideline I violated so I don't do it again. God damn it.
Exactly.
That'd be awesome.
Exactly. That would be awesome. Give us an explanation sometimes, Mike.
Man.
Yeah. I think they need to clean that part of it up, I think, man, because it you lose a lot of great content like that, and you don't even know fucking why.
Yeah, and it's discouraging too, because you look at the numbers and you're like, I remember when I was getting 800,000 to 1 million views per video. Now I could barely break 200. And then another 6 months go by, then you're gonna start getting 20,000 views, and it makes you, it really discourages the creators. So I hope things turn around. I really do.
Yeah, because creators always find another platform to create on. And they
Yeah.
always keep evolving. The technology and platforms keep getting better. I mean, a lot of people are fucking rocking on TikTok right now, even though it's not quite the
Yeah,
same.
yeah.
And what's the other one? There's a few other ones that people are rocking on right now. But there's another one. I don't know if you've heard of this, but a lot of celebrities and some celebrities in terms of actors and artists and athletes, whatever. They're on this platform called Cameo. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, I've been on there for a few years.
How's that been working for you? Like, because Cameo's kind of different.
I think we started with them January of 2018 or so, and I usually average anywhere between 3 and 5 a day come in. People
Nice.
request for videos.
What's the
Like
craziest?
usually around Father's Day or Christmas or stuff like that. It's more, but it's been fruitful. I'll tell you that, and it's the easiest $60 that you're ever gonna make. Or
Boom.
I mean, you set your price on
Yeah.
Cameo. Mine is 60, but
What's the
yeah, it's the
craziest
easiest.
request you've ever got?
Well, the real crazy ones I decline. But I mean,
What's one you've declined?
The last one that I declined was yesterday. It was a guy telling me to tell his friend to start doing legs at the gym. And part of my shtick is that Robert Frank don't do legs, so I'm not going to tell somebody else to do them, especially a guy. You know what I mean? It's an upper body business. So
Listen here, brother.
I declined it, and then 5 minutes later, he requested the same thing again. And then I declined it again, and then my Instagram DM started blowing up. Yo, I'm trying to pay you, motherfucker. Why aren't you? I'm like, yo, leave me alone.
It would have been funny if you'd done a blow up video on him, like totally fucking wolfing.
Yeah, I would have done that. The problem is then they'll leave you with a 1-star review and fuck up your star rating and say that's not what I wanted or whatever. So
Yeah.
I didn't want to risk it.
Better
so
if you just decline. Better if you just decline, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a trip because you see I have a few friends that are on there and they all tell me about it. Like it's a different platform. It's nothing like anything else out there. You're getting requests.
Yeah.
Like they'll ask you to say something like drop a video. Like it could be a happy birthday, or it could be a fuck you, or it could be a, hey man, tell my homies to do fucking legs today in the gym. Wow. Shit like that. But it's all, well-known, influencers and celebrities of, every kind.
Yeah, no, it's
out.
definitely been fruitful, man. I enjoy doing those videos, and they're short and sweet. I'm not an asshole that's going to give you a 10-second video. I try to make them all about a minute long or more. Depending on, how much information you give for me to go on. But you're right. People tell you exactly what to say. Hey, it's my boyfriend Jimmy's 35th birthday. Can you wish him a happy birthday? He's a big gym fan and he likes this. So then you just go based off what they say. And it's really easy. But I know people that charge $500 a Cameo and
crazy.
Basically just say happy birthday and then end the video.
Happy fuck you. Right?
Happy birthday.
That's like $500. Happy fuck you. There you go.
Happy fuck you.
Hey man, in terms of like followers and stuff like that on these social media, do you feel like the shorter the content, the better, or do you think you can go as long as you need to? And they'll
feel
be
like
onto it.
The shorter the video, the better it's going to do. I mean, it's sad to say that because you would think people's attention spans these days is so small and short that they don't want to watch anything more than maybe 15 or 30 seconds. After that, it's done. I mean, we could see the analytics of all our videos, and average of a minute video, average watch time may only be 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's like people, the shorter the better, But IGTV came out now, and they want people on the platform as long as possible, and they want you to create longer videos, and they try to give you incentives to do so. And it's just, the numbers show they just don't do as well as a short, quick, to the point, funny video.
Yeah, they want the quick pop for sure.
Yeah.
They don't want to wait too long for the cool shit to happen or the funny thing to be said or the feat. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Because this is how people get their news and their entertainment now. So they want to move on to the next thing.
Right.
They don't want to be consumed for 5 minutes at a time.
With the
'cause then
same
that's gonna
shit.
limit what else they can watch.
Yeah, exactly. You have to have, like, if you got a long show, you better have like so many segments popping every other minute,
Yeah.
to keep people's attention going. Because if you focus on one thing too long, unless it's something that they know to be this long and this is what it is. But most of the time, if you're trying to pop some new shit off, yeah, it's got to be short and sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Attention spans are at all time low these
Yep.
days.
All time low. I don't know if it's something in the water or what, but people just they don't give a fuck, man. They wanna
tune
keep
out.
it moving.
They tune out in the middle of you saying or even reading something. If it's over like a certain amount of seconds, if it's not catching them, they're just like, okay, on to
Yeah,
the
that's
next.
too long.
Yeah.
You got to be doing something the whole fucking time for them to stay locked in.
I've done that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot.
You do that every day.
Here we are now. Entertain us.
Entertain us. Yeah. Hey, man, we want to thank you for taking the time to chop it up with us, man. Whenever you get to LA, you got to come and do this with us here, man.
Oh, 100%, man. I would love to do that. And thank you guys for having me, man. This is huge for me. I appreciate it.
Hey, and thanks for doing it. Hey, when we get there, usually Cypress Hill has shows in October on the East Coast, either New York, Philly, or Jersey. I'll let you know. You got to come to a show, bro.
Yeah, most definitely.
We probably won't play Shoot 'Em Up though.
That's all right, man.
Not
That's
right
all
now.
There's some other bangers, man.
All right, brother. Hey, let them know where they can find you in case they don't know.
Everywhere it's Robert Frank 615, and that's YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, wherever there's a social media platform, that's where I'm at.
Right on, man.
Nice.
Stay hitting them hard, man.
All right, brothers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Word up. This has been another Dr. Greenthumb show or podcast. Thank you for listening and watching. We'll be back next week with someone else.
Ooh, yeah, this is Robert Frank 615. Yeah, and you're watching Be Real TV. Dig it!